Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's me, ChipZ, and we, at long last, are getting back into One Piece. I want to first start off by apologizing for my absence from content creation on Twitch and YouTube for the past few weeks. I've been feeling a little under the weather. I don't think it was COVID, something else entirely, but I'm back now. I got a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of stuff in the pipeline, not just my normal Twitch streams and playthroughs that I've been uploading, whether it be on Twitch or on my second YouTube channel, but I got some other stuff coming down the pipe as well for the main channel. I know I've been saying that for like 2 years, but I actually do. I promise. It's coming. I appreciate everybody's patience. But yeah, so let's get into One Piece, because last week I was out of town. Unfortunately, didn't get the chance to do a reaction or a read-through of Chapter 1062. So that's what we're going to start off with today. I have not read the chapter yet. I have not read either of the chapters yet, so this is going to be a fresh reaction to both chapters, both Chapter 1062 and 1063. We're going to be reacting to it live, discussing it with the chat. We'll see who shows up. I know it's a little bit... it's a day after people usually do these things. So, unfortunately, the ideal time for the chapter to drop for me is on Thursday, because that's when things are fresh, things are new. I usually have time after work on Thursday to do a reaction. Fridays can be a little iffy for me, like yesterday was, but luckily I didn't have a ton going on tonight. So I was able to get home at a reasonable hour and get to the goddamn reaction. So we're just starting a new arc. In the last chapter, Chapter 1061, the Straw Hats have made it to what we know now as Egghead Island. And this is the island of the future. So we got our boy Dr. Vegapunk, Dr. V, or maybe our girl, Dr. V, who's going to swipe that V card with Luffy this very chapter. It's going to be tremendous. I think it's going to be interesting. So, I'm actually legitimately very excited for a new arc. I think Wano, and, we'll see how this arc goes. It could end up being a bit of a Punk Hazard situation. And Punk Hazard wasn't all bad. I think Punk Hazard started really strong, but kind of got bogged down in a little bit too much kind of lore piece and setup for arcs that would come into this arcs that would be present later. So it suffered a little bit because it was too expository in the second half. The first half of Punk Hazard was pure adventure piece kino, just our boys and our girls going on a fun adventure in an unknown, uncharted territory with lots of environmental hazards and other issues for them to overcome. It was that classic One Piece shit that you love, just kind of exploring uncharted territory and having a bit of an adventure. The past few arcs have been very much we go to each island, Dressrosa, Zoe, Whole Cake Island, and excuse me, and Wano. We've gone to each of these islands, each of these past few arcs, with an express purpose in mind. We have a list of things we need to do. In Dressrosa, we're all right, we gotta destroy the Smile Factory, and eventually it became take down Doflamingo, because he's just being a fucking piece of shit. We gotta get rid of this guy. He's bad news. We don't have time to wait for Kaido to take him down. We're taking him down ourselves. So, and then with Zoe, it's we gotta reunite with Law's crew. We gotta get the samurai, keep the samurai out, essentially, but we ended up learning that it was kind of, Zoe ended up sort of being set up for Whole Cake Island and for Wano. And then, on Whole Cake Island, it was we got to get the Road Poneglyph, and we got to rescue Sanji. And then in Wano, it was the most set up for an arc we've had in a while. And I think Wano is a good arc, but I think it suffers a little bit because there were so many... They really... Oda and the community and the editors all really built these massive expectations for the Wano arc. And because of that, I think Wano suffered a bit. I think because of the high expectations. So we don't know, this is the first time since Punk Hazard that we've just been going into uncharted territory, a new island, a new adventure. It's exciting to see, and I'm genuinely very interested to kind of learn more about Dr. Vegapunk, who may or may not be a guy or some weird creature piloting a woman who's piloting a mech, or something. That was what we, kind of speculated last time. And yeah, it's going to be really fun. Whatever happens, it's going to be a really good time. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. I know 1062, I imagine most of you guys have read this already and you've been stewing on it for a while now. I'm going to read through it a little bit quickly so we can get to the meat, we can get to the good stuff, the latest chapter 1063. That being said, I'm not going to be a speedy reader. I'm still going to try to read it carefully. But without further ado, let's get into the fucking chapter. It's been too long. I've been fucking chafing at the bit to get into this shit. One thing I want to mention before we get into it is I am planning to next week. So next week, I think there's another chapter that's coming out as well. That being said, Friday and probably Saturday as well, I'm going to be streaming Gotham Knights, that new game that's kind of like similar to Batman Arkham. It's got like the Bat family. You play as like Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, fucking Red Hood, and all those guys. I'm a huge fan of that kind of like the Bat family, like the DC Comics, that part of the DC Comics universe, like the Batman stuff and whatnot. So I'm pretty excited for that one. I'm going to be streaming that probably next Friday. Hopefully the One Piece chapter will come out on Thursday so I can do that then. Otherwise, I'll be streaming my ChipZ Ahoy reaction on Saturday as well. But we'll see. We'll see. Just keep posted. If you're interested in that, feel free to check it out on Friday when we do the Arkham, not the Arkham, goddammit, the Gotham Knights stream. I'm really excited for that one. So hopefully we're going to be, that's like the next game I'm going to be doing like a full playthrough for, similar to how I did a full playthrough for Elden Ring. So I'm definitely going to keep streaming the games that I have been streaming, Thamnesia and what's it called? Steel Rising. I still like those games. I'm still going to continue to stream those games. I've just been a little busy the past couple weeks. I haven't been feeling super great. Been in and out of, illness throughout the last couple weeks, and I've just been a little bit busier than usual as well. So hopefully we'll get through those games as well. Those are going to be more kind of a slow burn, where Gotham Knights is like the next big game that I'm picking up. So look forward to that. That's going to be going, first few streams are going to be on Twitch, but then most of it will probably be on YouTube while I continue to stream Steel Rising and Thamnesia on Twitch. So check that out. That's coming next week. Without further ado, let's get into the fucking chapter. Chapter 1062, Adventure in the Land of Science. Here we fucking go, man. I've been dying to get into this shit. It's been fucking ages. All right. It feels like that to me anyway. It's been like a week. It's not that big a deal. Okay, so getting started with 1062. This is my first time reading it. If you're not aware, I just didn't read it last week because I wanted to be able to react to it live like I normally do. And, depending on how this goes, this is kind of like a trial run for like the skipping a week, doing like an off week where I do another type of stream, and then kind of continuing to do like One Piece every 2 weeks. I'm still not sold on that idea. I still like doing it as it comes out. But the thing is, if it comes out on Friday instead of Thursday, that kind of fucks up my schedule a little bit. So we'll see what happens. This is just a test run of this particular format. So let's see how it goes. Should be fun either way. Anyway, we continue with this cover arc, Germa's 66's Cold-Blooded Voyage, Volume 20. Meanwhile, in Chocolate Town on Cacao Island. Oh my god. So this looks like Aokiji. Am I right? This looks like Aokiji to me. Looks like Aokiji came in, fucked this place to hell for whatever reason. Or maybe this is a Germa thing? It feels like an Aokiji thing. Like, it feels like a lot of people, including myself, were predicting that the Blackbeard pirates who would use the fact that, what's her name? Big Mom and, like, most of her crew are in Wano to, like, basically sack Whole Cake Island, get her road poneglyphs, maybe kidnap Pudding, because she can potentially, if she awakens her third eye, she could potentially read the poneglyphs. And if the Blackbeard pirates kidnap Pudding, that gives Sanji, like, fucking stake in the game, baby. Now he has a reason to be pissed off at the Blackbeard pirates. And my boy Sanji, he I don't even know what I was gonna say. Like, he's gonna, fucking be a fucking white knight cuck. But you know what? I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see him get mad about this. Who knows what'll happen? We'll get to see soon enough whether this amounts to anything. Anyway, moving on to the chapter. Vegapunk. The Vegapunk? So we're getting back to that thing from chapter 1061 where we met this cute young thing, this pretty young thing, this PYT. She walks out of this robot that fucked up this shark, saves the Straw Hats from getting fucked up by the shark, And immediately everyone was like, what? You know, huh? Like, Vegapunk's a lady, and like a young hot lady at that. Most likely it's not the case. She had a number 2 on her fucking jumpsuit. So that makes me think that most likely she is like a clone, or like a, you know, automaton, or, you know, some like, maybe Dr. Vegapunk was so smart and his brain was so fucking big, like Jimmy Neutron big. Or like that girl from, I don't know if you guys watched like the Buzz Lightyear of Star Command show on fucking Disney Channel growing up, but there was this lady, Galactica, who had like a fucking giant like planet-sized head, and she had like gravity powers, and she was a simp for Buzz Lightyear. I feel like Vegapunk is just, his brain was so big that it couldn't be stored in one cranium. He had to like fucking put it in a bunch. He had to split it up and give each of his kind of clone bodies like a piece of his brain and a piece of his particular unique power. So like each Vegapunk, like each version of Vegapunk, each offshoot of Vegapunk specializes in a particular type of technology. And then there's the main guy who's like a fucking decrepit, like, you know, fucking skeleton man, or like a weird, like shriveled up baby man, like that guy from Invincible. Not gonna spoil Invincible. There's a guy, if you watch Invincible, you get the idea. He's a little shriveled up baby man, but he's also like the smartest person in the world. So who knows? It could be something like that. Anyway, Vegapunk. The Vegapunk? What a fracas, he says. Or she says. Okay, so Frankie, fuck yeah. Frankie, I really hope that this ends up being the Frankie arc. Like, if there's one thing that I wish, I want this to be the Frankie arc in the same way that Whole Cake Island was the Sanji arc, you know? Frankie deserves his time to shine. He deserves his time in the spotlight, being like kind of like that central character. At very least, I want Vegapunk to be to Frankie what like Dr. Hogback was to Chopper. Like someone that that Frankie looks up to, and maybe they're doing something that Frankie like morally disapproves of, and therefore it's going to cause conflict. We're going to get like a neat like, you know, character moment with Frankie where he gets to like, you know, kind of stand up for what he believes in. Get, you know, like stuff like that. We want to see good shit like that. At least I do. Hopefully you guys do as well. Okay. Fuck, okay. Ugh. Vegapunk, you're like my role model, says Frankie, freaking out. Like a kid in a toy store. I mean, Frankie is like... frankly, I would buy it. Like, I'm not a big, like, figurine... I'm not a collector. You know, I don't, like, collect, like, physical items. Like, I know a lot of people collect, like, anime figurines. But, like, I would get a fucking Frankie action figure. That'd be pretty cool. Or, like, a Frankie figurine or something. That's cool as shit. He's got such a cool design. I love... I know a lot of people really don't like his post-time skip design. I personally do. Like, for me, like, I like when a series commits to, like, making, like, a distinct, like, design change to a character when it's warranted. It's not always warranted. Like, I don't particularly like Brook's, like, kind of rock star outfit post-time skip, because Brook's old as fuck. I get he had a different profession over the time skip, so it makes sense for him to be wearing a different outfit, have a different drip. I kind of like that Oda's kind of brought Frankie's design back to like the core like baseness that it was at the, like with the top hat and stuff and the afro, that it kind of was at the beginning, like when we first met him. Because Brook isn't the type of guy who's like, he's going to change a little bit, but not much. He's done a lot of, he's the oldest member of the crew. He doesn't have that much more growing to do. But someone like Frankie, he's not someone who literally like trains like to become stronger like Luffy, Zoro, or Sanji. He is someone who literally like his strength is his tech and the way he like augments his body. So for him to become stronger, naturally he's going to fucking like, you know, like fucking do weird experiments on his body to make him like more powerful. Like he literally like augments his body to make himself stronger. It's just like Cyberpunk Edge Runners. This is the Cyberpunk arc. I don't know if you guys have watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners, but in that world, people get stronger by like fucking, you know, augmenting, without spoiling anything, like people get stronger, like this is just a general piece of information that I'm sure anyone who's played the Cyberpunk tabletop game or the CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk video game know that like you get stronger in that world, like you get exponentially stronger, not by like training you know, super hard, but by like augmenting your body with like cyber tech and cyberware and fucking artificial limbs and crazy technology and shit that gives you like superpowers, basically. Frankie is the same way. So to me, it makes all the sense in the world for Frankie to have an augmented body, which is why I love his post-time skip design. It like gives him like a really distinct kind of like visual design from the rest of the crew. Not that he wasn't distinct before. I just personally like his... I'm probably in the minority that likes his post-time skip design a little bit more than his pre... Not to say I don't like the pre-time skip design. I do. But I think I like the post-time skip design a little bit more. And it makes sense narratively why he would have to augment himself in order to literally become stronger, because that's what you do when you are a fucking cyborg robot man, and in basically any form of media. That's just how it works. Weird Bro says, hey, just joined. Quick question. Have you been spoiled on anything on either chapter? I've seen a couple, like, small, like, panels, and I didn't like dwell on them. I just kind of skimmed past them. I honestly don't even know what they... I think the only thing I've been spoiled on for, I think, is in chapter 1063, and it's that Burgess has like a weird like fucking like thing on his head, and people were this is like the only thing that like I know I've been spoiled on, and it's that like I guess maybe like when Sabo fucking crushed his skull with the fucking vice grip that Sabo has, it basically like fucked up his face. Like that's the only thing I know, is that eventually it's in some way, shape, or form Burgess shows up somewhere, and that we basically get confirmation that like Sabo's fucking vice grip from Dressrosa really did a number on him. That's the only thing I know, as far as I'm aware. I think I've seen like a couple like small like thumbnails that like include like some other stuff from this arc, but I don't really know what, like, out of context, I have no idea like what they are or what they mean. But that's a great question. Thank you for... I was kind of gonna get to, you know, if I saw something, I would say like, oh, I've seen this before. But and I'll still do that, of course, Weird Bros. But I appreciate you asking. That's a great question. Anyway, let's move on a little bit. I killed 2 years in your hometown, Baltimore. So Frankie hung out in Baltimore, which is a pretty shitty place to hang out if anyone's ever been to Baltimore. Anyway, after going through your lab, there were still a load of stuff I didn't get a chance to look into. It's the giant mech of my dreams. So this is... Wait, who's saying that? Is that Usopp saying that? Because Frankie's the one, like, yelling. It seems like Usopp might be the one saying, that's the giant mech of my dreams. Okay. Just how many times bigger than General Frankie is that? So I do like that the design of this mech kind of looks like a bigger version of Frankie. Like, it has, like, a similar, like, big forearms, big shoulders, like, kind of, like, small, skinny, like, appendages, like, between those, like, ligaments. Or ligaments, what, fuck. Between, you know, the big arms and the big shoulders, and then kind of, like, a big chest, like, slender, like, skinny legs, you know, type of shit. So, it's kind of like the general One Piece build, but it's okay. It's okay. This is pretty cool. Weird Bro says, yeah, Usopp said thing about mech. Yes, thank you for clarifying. It's more clear now that I'm looking at it. Just how many times bigger than General Frankie is that? I can't wait to show Luffy and Chopper. What a stunning lady. Yes, agreed. So Robin, being the voice of reason, as usual, stops Vegapunk in her tracks, or Vegapunk number 2 in her tracks, and says, just a moment. This is the first I've heard of Vegapunk being a woman. Damn. Fucking canceled, Robin. Fucking canceled. Vegapunk can identify however she pleases. Thank you very much. Get that shit the fuck out of here. Get that misogynistic turf shit the fuck out of here, Robin. Anyway, as she looks far too young, Vegapunk has been active for many years. So, yes, obviously, Robin asking the real questions that we all want to know the answer to. God, Vegapunk looks hot as shit. Did you guys see all that fucking horny shit people are posting about this fucking design for Vegapunk? Jesus Christ, man. Shit finna make me act up, I swear to God. I'm just joking. Don't be a coomer. Never go gaga for women in that way, especially cartoon women. No, I don't really give a fuck. It's fine, whatever. It's harmless. Mostly. It's mostly harmless. Naturally, who said this was the main Stella body? Stella, what the fuck does that mean? So she just says Stella. It's in parentheses. This is what we all expected. We all expect, and I'm not surprised by this. Like, the fact that there's the number 2 on it, she's showing off her titty, showing off the left titty, being like, hey, yo, see this number 2? I ain't the main guy. Like, I'm a young hot thing. I got this receiver on my fucking ear. You know, this is clearly, there's more than one Vegapunk, or there's something. Oh man. All right, Stella is a star. Stella is star. So it's star 2 then? Star dose? A lot of horny posts for 1061, 1062, and 1063. Well, shit, bro. I've only seen the ones from 1061, so excited to see what other horny shit people have been posting. Stinky says, "Oh no, he's hot." Yeah, buddy, he's hot. Goddamn. I'm excited to see more of this lad/lady or celestial body. Thanks for the clarification, Weird Bros. I should really mod you, Weird Bros, because you're here like basically every time I stream, especially when it's One Piece related. So I might do that later. I'm gonna try to stay focused for now, because I have 2 chapters to get through, and I'm not getting through them very quickly. Stinky says, "I meant you, not her." Oh, gracias, senor. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh man, Stinky, I'm sure you know. Stinky and me are like kind of like we're both in the Talking Pirates Discord server, which is if anyone's not aware, that's like best guy ever, Nate Bestman. I know that's not his actual last name. That's like his fucking One Piece show that he does. That's like his server or whatever. Stinky's also super hot. I've never actually seen a picture of him, but based on the way, he's got big dick energy. I'll say that much. So good to see you, Stink. Appreciate you coming through. Anyway, let's get fucking on with this fucking chapter here. All right. Naturally, who said this was the main Stella body? You're looking at Punko 2, Vegapunk Lilith. So this is Lilith. She's looking fucking fine as fuck. She's got it. So Oda does this thing where he draws ladies in a, like, I know he's doing his like fast fucking drawing thing, but like the fact that her, like, I'm not like a fucking great artist myself or anything, but I'm nowhere near as good as Oda, and like, but like I can still pick out some like uncanny valley shit when I see it, and like the way this fucking leg kind of like has like it kind of has a crease before the hip, and it looks super fucked up, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, my guy? Like, her fit is immaculate. She looks hot. She looks really cool. I'm like a sucker for like a fucking gearhead chick, like I really like that. Just in general, like that's like an aesthetic I really vibe with. I'm actually like working on like my own thing, like my own like kind of like story, not like a manga. I'm not a fucking weeb, but like a story that kind of like has like a gearhead chick as sort of the main character. But I like the vibe. I like the fucking jacket. She's got a good fit. I feel it. But this fucking crease, it does not make sense anatomy-wise, Oda. Fix your fucking shit, man. It's like that time he drew Nami's foot looking like a weird fucking fish. He does that all the time. It's so fucking bizarre. Stinky says, I meant you, not her. He has a funny Polish last name, lol. What, Lilith? Or Vegapunk? I just realized I haven't seen Talking Pirates for anything since the Vegapunk reveal in 1061. And let's keep it that way, Weird Bros. You gotta, I appreciate you remaining loyal to my small stream where I try to compete with the fucking the big dogs out there. No, it's this. I don't see this as like me siphoning. I don't know. Maybe Nate did call me out once for shilling on his Discord server or whatever, but he apologized, was like, you can do it, it's fine, whatever. I've been trying to calm down, like I've been trying to just like stay in my lane a little bit, but I'm a small creator. You gotta fucking spread your seed a little bit. That's not what I meant, but anyway, fuck it. I just realized I haven't seen. Okay, the lack of any detail on her crotch makes it look very odd. Yeah. Okay, so that's a weird thing, but the main thing for me is this fucking crease right here, because the crease is before the hip, which makes it feel like she's like dislocated her fucking leg. It's so bizarre. Oda does that uncanny valley shit. Like, he did the same thing in Wano when like Nami's towel fell off when she was in the bath, and her tits were like way higher than they should be. It looked fucking bizarre. It was so fucked. Like, Oda's typically, like, he does good he does, like, when he focuses on a design, he can do really well, but, like, like, when he's drawing something fast, and you can tell when he does, like, he's been slipping a little bit. My man's been slipping. This is a hacked moment for sure. Like it was censored. Yeah, you know, I do want to see that fucking camel toe. I agree with you, Stink. I do want to see that. In any case, we always run through our research funds in a jiffy. So we'll allow you to skedaddle if you just relinquish your valuables. So Vegapunk's trying to rob their asses. What? These waters are chilly enough without you being cold too. Okay. Bars, baby, bars. Nami dropping the fucking bars out here with that shit. You just fished us out. What kind of rescue do you call this? Are you deaf? This is not a rescue. Trespassing on these waters is nigh impossible. Resist and they will sink you without question. So we got more of those weird, like, underwater sharks. This looks like an underwater, like, deer. It looks like the fucking Princess Mononoke deer. Okay, now we see. Okay. So this is like, this kind of reminds me of when we went to Fishman Island and there were, like, all those, like, giant, like, sea kings that looked like different type of, like, land animals, but, like, with, like, fins and gills and shit. I like it. I like it a lot. I like seeing a fucking land animal turn into a sea animal. It's a neat thing that only Oda does, and I love it. Okay. Fire spitting Nami. Yeah, Nami's spitting fucking facts right now. Alright, so take a gander at the weaponized sea beasts. God, I love the designs for these guys. They look cool as shit. I like the little pug with the fucking spiked necklace. That looks pretty sexual. We got our boy Reindeer Man over here, so I wasn't wrong. We got Punk Chopper over on this side on the left. We got fucking Hamlet-chan. We got Hamlet over here. Based Hamlet, 12th member of the Straw Hats, or 11th member, because we got to count Zeus. And we got Bear Football Player, Ice Shield 21 over here, looking like a badass. What a weird, fucked up group of guys. All right. Ah, they just popped out. It's like my dick popping out when I wear short shorts. Anyway, weaponized sea beasts. That's rad. So fucking Frankie, obviously, fanboying over here, like he would. I want to see Frankie, like, really, like, get his time to shine this arc. God, Oda, that's all I want. That's all I fucking want. My God, that's all I want in the fucking world is for Frankie to, like, really get his arc, you know, really get his time to shine. I said this earlier for anyone who kind of joined the stream a little late, but, like, at very least, I want the relationship between Frankie and Vegapunk to be like the relationship between Chopper and what's his name? Oh, fuck. Hogback in Punk Hazard, where, like, Chopper looked up to him, and then Hogback was doing all this fucked up, like, necromancy shit, and, like, Chopper had, like, a moral obligation to be like, fuck that shit, you know, fuck you, you've abandoned your Hippocratic oath, you piece of shit, you know. I want a similar thing to go on, at very least. Like, I would obviously like this to be Frankie's, like Frankie's Whole Cake Island. Like, I want this to be to Frankie what Whole Cake Island was to Sanji, but at the very least, I would like Frankie to have, like, an emotional and personal stake in, like, the, like, I guess, like, the kind of, like, moral center of this arc, whatever that might be. Obviously, we're just getting into the arc now, so we'll see what happens. Anything could happen. At very least, I hope Frankie gets some real, like, a real spotlight this arc. That's what I'm wishing for. I'm praying to Goda, baby. I'm praying to Goda for that shit. All right. Frankie Peace is coming. Believe in Goda. I'm trying, buddy. I'm trying so hard. You're a Frankie? Let's fucking hope so, buddy. Let's fucking hope so. Goddamn. Just even month of Frankie. Yeah, honestly, like, give me just, like, a chapter of Frankie being, like, important. Like, we've barely gotten that. I mean, listen, Stinky, you know me. Like, I'm not someone, like, compared to a lot of the people in the Talking Pirates Discord server, I'm not, like, a big, like, you know, like, Oda denier or, like, Oda hater. I'm someone who had my criticisms of Wano, but overall I thought it was, like, pretty good, you know? Like, I like it as much as probably, like, Alabasta. On different days it fluctuates between whether I like it more or like it less. It's not, like, a top 5 arc for me, but, like, I like it. I thought it did a lot of good. I get why people, you know, weren't feeling it in a lot of different ways, and I also share some of those opinions, but, like, overall I'm not as down on modern One Piece as a lot of people are, but at the same time, like, we need like our fucking Straw Hat arc. Like, we've been a little bit too focused on allies, and I've been down for it because I think like the allies and the rivals, like Kid and Law, deserved the attention that they got in Wano, and same with like the people in Whole Cake Island and Zoe and Dressrosa, etc. It made sense for those people to get the attention that they did. But for me, like, I'm really hoping that this arc kind of like centers in on like the core group and Bonnie. And like maybe like if like Tashigi or fucking Smoker get involved, that'd be cool too. I'm down for that. I meme about Wano, but sincerely love the art and Kaido fight. Yeah, Wano has a lot of good shit, man. Like the Big Mom fight, I fucking love. I mean, Big Mom's like my favorite character. Yeah, and like, Kid and Law getting to be the ones to take her down instead of Luffy was like, that was some Goda piece right there. That was some good shit for sure. Molotov Bartender says, been a while. Yeah, buddy, I'm sorry it's been so long. I was out of town last weekend, and honestly, I just haven't been streaming as much. I've been kind of under the weather for the last few weeks. I am going to be streaming some next week, not just One Piece, but also Gotham Knights, which comes out on Friday, so expect me to be streaming that on Friday and probably Saturday as well. Should be good. I've been a little busy recently, so sorry I haven't been as active, but I will get back into it, I promise. Especially this upcoming week. I got some stuff planned, so stay tuned. Bonnie is already better than Law. I completely agree with you, dude. I completely agree with you. Molotov Bartender says, conceptually, Wano is great. I hated the execution. That is totally fair, my dude. That is totally fair. I'm not going to discuss it now because we're onto a new arc. We're onto greener pastures, but I definitely, like, if you want to see any of my numerous criticisms, but also my, like, the ways I've praised Wano, you know, you could always check out my VODs on YouTube. Like, it's all there, man. It's all documented. You know, for better or for worse, it's all online. Wano isn't a top 5 for me, says Weird Rose, but like any day, it could be deepening on, or depending on my mood, or latter stuff making things in Wano even better. Molotov says Wano is over and makes a cum face. Explain your own words. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not drunk enough for this, man. I gotta have a swig, and we gotta continue this chapter because I have 2 to get through, and I'm too distracted. So here we go. All right, here we go. So we got the sea beast. Frankie's freaking out. Yeah, but my fear is overwhelming my awe, says Usopp. Hilarious. We got this boy. So okay, it looks like Zoro may be recognizing. Yeah, we got these guys screaming. And it looks like maybe Zoro is recognizing the sea beasts. Is that what's happening here? That's what it looks like to me. Because these guys look a lot like the guys that we saw in Fishman Island. Like, even like the designs minus like the stuff that says like number 15 or like punk on it look like they could just be like augmented versions of those Sea Kings that we saw like a couple arcs back. So who knows? Piri. Okay, so Vegapunk number 2, Lilith is getting a fucking reading from her fucking transmitter or whatever. Lilith, what are you doing? Why do you always insist on looting? Have some pride as a scientist. So this might be Vegapunk number 1, reaching out to her. Shaka, put a sock in it. Put a sock in it? Shaka, put a sock in it. Can your infernal pride keep the lights on? They're the Straw Hat Pirates. A newly dubbed Emperor crew are not going to merely surrender. Precisely, they must have a heap of treasure stashed away. Even so, you've made a foolish blunder. Blunder, I have them surrounded. Don't underestimate them. Look at the swordsman. Oh shit. So now she's fucking a little bit scared because Zoro's about to unleash his fucking cock. his conqueror's hockey and fucking take everyone out here. Oh god. That's the pirate hunter Zoro. His bounty is 1.111 billion. See how calm he is? He knows you're in range for him to end you in an instant. The same goes for Devil Child Nico Robin back there. But what? So whoever this is that Lilith is talking to clearly has like visuals. Maybe it's like a Paths of Pain thing where like all of the different Vegapunks, like number 2, number 1, number 3, number 4, number 8, whatever, they can all see through each other's vision with like the Rinnegan or some shit. Maybe that's what's going on here. Alright, the same goes for Devil Child Nico Robin back there. But what can they do against all the sea beasts? The strong can appraise their prey and prioritize the most essential targets first. You should have been more cautious. Those imbeciles around them lulled me into a false sense of security. Confounded, I was careless. Hey, Vegapunk, there's something I want from you, so you'd better play nice. Got it? Okay, so Frankie's coming out. Before we move on, let me read some of y'all comments. I meme about wanna... Okay, I've already read that one. Explain in your own words. I've gone into it so many times, my man. Stinky. So, like, Stinky, I don't know if you've ever watched my content, but if you want to check out, like, my thoughts on Wano, I did reactions. Like, I started streaming in February. That's when, like, I finished my setup and whatever. So, if you want to check out my reaction... Like, we can talk about it in, you know, the Discord. You don't have to watch my shit if you don't want to. But if you want to, like, I have my channel linked, I think, on, like, my... like main Twitch page to my second channel, which is Bag of Chips. That's where all of like my stream highlights get re-uploaded to, as well as like my playthroughs and stuff. Anything like One Piece related is gonna end up over there. So if you want to see like my thorough thoughts on all that, you probably heard a lot of it when we've discussed things in the Discord if you've been paying attention to me at all. But hey, you know. I don't want to go into it now because I want to focus on the new shit, but because we still have another chapter to get to after this. But if you want to check that shit out, you're more than welcome to. Again, you know, feel free to like it's their stream re-upload. So if you want to like listen to it as a podcast, you can. Again, you don't have to. I'm not trying to like shill too hard here. But anyway, all that stuff is online if you want to learn more. Some think they. Okay, so Molotov says, Stinky, I keep seeing that meme. What is it referencing? Wait, I didn't catch the name. Some think they could just be ones from Fishman Island, since some of them are just those designs with tech on them. Yeah, Weird Bros, that's what I was thinking. Like, it looks like I remember there being like a giraffe and like a lion and all kinds, and like a bear and stuff. Like lions, tigers, bears, oh my, all that shit. So it could just be the same shit. Who knows? Just like with like tech. That would actually be kind of an interesting like callback. You know, it would show like progression of the setting or whatever, with Vegapunk doing weird experiments on animals. Sour Lemon says cock piece. The cock piece is real, Sour Lemon. I appreciate you. Thank you for bringing. We always gotta pay our respects to the cock piece. You know, that's what really keeps us on the straight and narrow. You know what I'm saying? Talking to the camera piece. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me talking to myself / talking to you guys. You know, it's a dialogue. You know, it's a dialogue. The Viz has a big difference in the Zoro line. It's not, I want something. It's, we have some demands for you. Okay. Thanks for the editorial update, Weird Bros. I should mod you, Weird Bros. I should. You've been a person who has corrected me on multiple instances, and you tend to show up to the streams pretty regularly when you can. So I think I will mod you. I'll do it later. I was just doing the meme, says Stinky. Okay. I still don't know what this fucking meme is, but whatever. And Viz don't know what to TL it as. The difference doesn't exist in Japanese. Both are just guessing based on implications. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty typical. Just different interpretations based on the different translators. It is what it is. I don't always trust Viz just because they tend to translate things in a way that I feel like doesn't match like sort of like the characters that are saying it, you know what I'm saying? But it depends, whatever. Viz is usually at very least like accurate in their translations in terms of like what's like they're trying to say, but they're not always like, they don't always like match like the tone that I would imagine, that I feel like One Piece kind of captures. And from other Japanese speakers, I've heard the same thing, that like Viz doesn't do a great job of, it does a good job of like imparting the information, but not capturing the tone of like the dialogue all the time. Not everything, but in general, like that's what I've heard as criticism for Viz. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going, guys. Like I said, we got 2 chapters to get through. I'm gonna read every comment though. I will. The strong can appraise their prey and prior. Okay, so we've already read this part. No matter, bring them back here. Logic, Punko 1, Dr. Vegapunk, Shaka. So this fucking, who the fuck is this? So I get that it's number 1. But is this like, it looks like fucking Daft Punk. Or, wait, yeah, no, it looks like Daft Punk with the fucking, like, weird helmet. With, like, the fucking glass on it. I have an interest in that crew. As of this chapter, the old man voice is only really evident with Lilith. That's interesting. Okay. I'm glad they noted that. Okay, so we're going back to Luffy, Chopper, Jinbei, and Bonney. Hell yeah. So you've been here before? Yeah, when I was a kid. It was still a pretty run-of-the-mill lab at the time. At the time, though. So, background on Bonney. That's cool. So how come you came back? Alright, so getting some Bonney background. That's exciting. There's been like a lot to speculate on with Bonney. Like, clearly she has some sort of connection with Kuma, but we just haven't known exactly what. Like, are they father-daughter, daughter-son, like, fucking lovers, you know? We know that, like, he was the former king of Sorbet Kingdom. We know that Bonney, at least when she was in her old lady form, her tiny old lady form, she was called the Queen Dowager. So that means that she was, like, the wife of the former king, at least in terms of titles. So who knows if that's her true identity or if, like, her true identity, if that was something she was, like, masquerading as. All we know is she has some sort of, like, personal connection with Kuma. That's been made clear, like, time and time again. Because she keeps showing up and keeps reacting to bad shit that happens to him. It's just very clear that there's some sort of connection there. Not a big surprise. I'm here for answers. I'll have that bastard's life if I don't like what I hear. Okay, so she clearly wants to find out, like, why the fuck did you do this to Kuma? What the fuck did you do to Kuma? Is there any way to reverse this? Etc. Vegapunk's the one who turned my dad... Okay, it's her dad. My dad into a cyborg. Whoa, that's awesome, says Luffy. Okay. Pretty based, actually. It's not. He's completely lost his sense of self. He doesn't even know who he is anymore. He's nothing but a living weapon now. So Jinbei reacts really strongly. So Jinbei and Kuma both being, like, former Shichibukais, it makes me wonder, like, do they have, like, any sort of relationship? Like, did they have any interactions in the past? You'd think that they would, since they're working, like, kind of under the same organization, but it's hard to say. You know, it's just hard to say. But his strong reaction is interesting. It is interesting. That's awful. Yeah, it's unforgivable. So this is more or less what I expected from Bonney. She's, like, pissed off that, like, her dad, now that we know it's her dad, was fucking turned into a fucking living weapon and had his fucking, you know, his personality stripped from him. And that fucking sucks, you know? Effectively, like, making him just like, have you guys played Elden Ring? Like, it's like how Godwin's body is still, like, alive and doing shit, but, like, his soul is gone. You know, he's like a force of nature now that is, like, controlled by, like, a larger force of nature that has co-opted his power and his presence. But, like, his soul and who he is as a person is no longer present. Anyways, minor spoiler for Elden Ring. He's not, like, a main character or anything, but it's, you know, it's a thing. So it's interesting. Interesting. That's awful. Yeah, it's unforgivable. Sorry, Bogey. It's Bonney. Yeah, Bonney. Okay, so let me read some comments before we move on. Okay. Let's see. So, TL equals translate. Okay, thanks, Molotov. Appreciate that. Viz is definitely more literally accurate, but I think TCB does a better job localizing. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like, I feel like Jaimini's box was like the perfect blend back in the day, back before they got fucking shut down. Because they would do a good job of both, like, accurately representing the information, but also capturing the tone very well. The TCB is, like, really hit or miss. Like, sometimes they do a really good job, other times they don't. I feel like the main reason why I prefer scans to the official is just because they provide translator's notes, which at least, even if they get, like, even if in the process of localizing something, they get something kind of, like, they fuck up the translation a little bit, it's still interesting because, like, we get to see what their thought process was on that particular piece of translation that they were confused on. So I appreciate that, and I wish if Viz started doing that, I would probably pay more attention to Viz, and I'd probably, like, read Viz more regularly than I do. But anyway, Viz is definitely a more, yeah, so we got that. But if, so Weird Bro says, but if it was Zoro wanting something from Vegapunk, people thought it could be a cure for the smile fruits for the people in Wado. That's stupid. I don't know why people would have thought we'd be going back to that. I mean, maybe, but I would highly, if I had to put a bet on it, I would say there's no way the people who ate the smiles in Wano, they're fucked. Like, they're irreparably fucked. They just gotta live with that shit. They gotta learn to like it. They gotta learn to smile. They've inhaled the Joker gas, and there's no coming back. All right. Some people think it looks like Sora helmet from the Germa 66 comic. That would be interesting. Because, like, Lilith does kind of, like... I saw some people that said, like, Lilith's face... And it's a bit of a Nami face, but, like, they were saying, like, Lilith has a lot of the same, like, features as Sanji's mom, Sora. And we never really learned, like, what the origins of this comic thing is. So I'm interested to hear more about that. Molotov Bartender says, number 1, Smitty working Jaegerman Jetson. Oh my god, what a great, that's comment of the day, my man. That's comment of the day, Molotov. That's so fucking good. It was his hat, Mr. Krabs! He was number 1! That's a great callback. I love that shit. Okay, he was number 1, says Molotov. Kuma taught Jinbei how to steer Kappa. Wait, what? Kuma taught Jinbei how to steer Kappa. Okay. Fuck. I see you realized it before I did, Molotov. Anyway, I like making Kuma a slave. Wonder why Jinbei would have issues with that. Yeah, I'm curious too. Like, you know, clearly they were both warlords. So I'm like, did they have like any sort of interact? Like, are we going to see like any sort of flashback where like Jinbei, because Kuma was like a good dude. You know, he was like a solid bro who like literally helped the Straw Hats multiple times. Just like, you know, even though he had orders to hurt them, he was like, you know what, you guys are cool and honorable and I like you, so I'm gonna do nice things for you because I respect you. And then eventually he rescued them all at fucking Saba Odi before the time skip. So like clearly there is I'm curious to see if Jinbei has any like memories of Kuma or interactions with Kuma that we'll see that we didn't know about. That'll be very interesting. Kuma is a character that I've been wanting to learn more about for a while. He is one of the most like interesting like characters that we don't currently know that much about. So I'm curious to learn. I mean, take this chapter. TCB had absolutely no idea what the kanji for the Vegapunk titles were. God damn, that's embarrassing. So instead of just looking up the kanji in a dictionary, they just made shit up. Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. TCB, you fucked up this time. You really fucked up. Okay, we made it to the surface. Let's track down some grub. So Chopper looking funny with his stupid fucking hat that Oars Jr. wore. Jinbei being a fucking white knight and trying to help Bonney because he's a fucking white knight cuck. Let's track down some grub. Whoa! Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I ran into Sabo at Mary Jo's. Whatever, I can spill the beans later. So, why would she think to bring that up? I guess because the world knows that they're related. Or, you know, have like... They're not blood related, but people know that they're like essentially brothers. That was in the news. What is all this stuff? Okay, so finally, New Island, motherfucker, finally, hell yeah. Oh, okay, this looks great. This is a great panel. We're in Future Town, and it looks fucking great. You know, okay, so just looking at this panel, just looking at this, like, I wish this was a double page spread, honestly, but it's okay. This is still fine. What is all this? Oh shit, fuck. Sorry guys. What is all this stuff? Is that a giant robot? There's all sorts of things up there, and a space monster. Okay, so there's whales and dolphins and fish flying through the air. So are they still underwater? We don't know yet, we'll find out. There's like fucking spaceships on like a fucking weird building with like a little like bubble and then like other buildings inside. This reminds me of, so like first impressions of this. And is this a fucking fidget spinner on a fucking building right now? Over here on the right side, what the fuck? Okay, so we got like a cool robot, we got a dino with like weird fucking alien. He looks like the aliens from Buzz Lightyear, like the fucking guys that they got from the you know, like the ones that they got in like Toy Story. They picked them out of the fucking you know, the fucking arcade game or whatever. You know, you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. It has like the same like eyes as one of those. Also, the face is a banana, just like the Banana Gators in fucking early One Piece. Fucking, you know what I'm talking about. That Alabasta, yes, you got the banana like the Banana Gators have. But what I like the most about this is this cool, weird Jenga building right here, right? You guys see this one right next to the dinosaur, right below the dinosaur? There's actually a building. I work in New York, but I live in New Jersey. That's probably, I don't, maybe that's a bit of doxing myself, but whatever, it's whatever, not a big deal. I think I've mentioned that before online, whatever. Anyway, like, there is actually a building in, like a skyscraper in Manhattan that looks like this weird fucking Jenga building. I wonder if that was like in any way, if this was just like, oh, if Oda was just like, oh, I like Jenga, so I'm gonna make a building that looks like a Jenga building, or if it was like inspired by that real life building that looks like a Jenga building in real life. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. What in the world, says Jinbei. I'll be back after I take one for a ride, says Luffy. Hey, we're infiltrating this place, remember, says Bonney. Oh god, Bonnie's so hot. Like, I think she, like, I've thought this for a while. I think she might be, like, top 5, like, cutest, like, One Piece girls. I like girls in, like, fucking suspenders and baggy clothes, and I don't know. I like her lipstick, and she's got a cute hat and stockings. She's hot. Whatever, man. I like her. Anyway, take care, Luffy. So Chopper's just giving him the go-ahead, like, bon voyage, Captain. See you on the other side. So Luffy goes and fires himself at a giant... So it looks like this robot. This is Pacific Rim shit right here. This giant fucking alien monster is fighting this robot, Pacific Rim style. Luffy rockets himself at the fucking dinosaur. Gets eaten by the dinosaur. God, Luffy's been eaten! And Bonney and Chopper are freaking out. But he flies out the back. Whoosh. Huh? And it looks like it didn't kill the dinosaur. Luffy bounces off another tower. What? You okay, Luffy? I thought I got swallowed, but... Whoa, is that a giant parfait? Are we in Whole Cake Island again? The fuck? There's cookies and fruits, too. Look at all that cream. Oh, God. Oh, and yeah, Bonnie's a big eater trope, and so is Chopper. So this is going to be Jinbei basically babysitting the big eater trio right here. So that's good. Thanks for the meal. Hold it, you guys. Why would they leave food lying around? This has to be a trap. And again, it's like an illusion. It's like a mirage. So they fall through it. They're all pissed off. The fuck? What the? We went right through it. How can we see it but not touch it? Chomp, chomp, chomp. It's so cruel to make us hungry like that. Honestly, that's what I feel like when I see fucking, like, food TikToks and shit, or, like, food shit on, like, you know, Twitter or Instagram or whatever. It always makes me, like, it always pisses me off, because I'm like, God damn, you're just making me, it's just a cock tease, you know? You're making me hungry, but I don't actually get to eat the delicious-looking shit that you're posting on the gram, so come on, man. Fix that shit. Anyway, I'm gonna read some comments before we move on here real quick. All right, Stinky says, Kuma had to fight the Marines and any rookies after the Thousand Sunny. Yeah, Kumi, Coomer really had to put in work over the time skip, and, you know, I respect him immensely for it, despite his Coomer nature. Anyway, Space Piece looking more real by the chapter. Yeah, dude, honestly, like, there being, like, fucking rocket ships and shit here. It's looking pretty Space Piece. I can't wait to go to the moon, man. We're taking the One Piece coin all the way to the moon. I swear to God. It's like Atom Punk inspired. Atom Punk. Let me look that up. Let me look that shit up. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with Atom Punk, to be honest. Atom Punk aesthetic. Let me check this shit out. Is that like the Jetsons? Is the Jetsons technically Atom Punk? I guess so, yeah. Hold on, let me open this in a new tab. Yeah, it does kind of have that vibe. It's got that Jetsons vibe, man. I didn't realize it was the Jetsons, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Shit. People keep saying that. Well, Molotov says, yeah, that callback was really weird. I just took it as Oda saying, remember that this happened. I'll talk about it again 300 chapters later, maybe. Wait, what are you talking about, dude? Molotov bartender. Are you talking about the animals, or are you talking about the fact that there's a big ice cream bowl here? I'm not sure. People could keep saying that building was a Mario reference since the trailer came out so close to the chapter. I mean, that's actually that's a distinct possibility. I hadn't thought of that. The Billionaire Row building is fairly famous. I think it's an inspiration from that. Yeah, that would make sense. That's probably the building that I'm thinking of, but who knows? The art and design of this island is absolutely theme parkish. Yeah, it's really cool. Cutest One Piece girl is Qin. I haven't gotten there yet. I don't know who Qin is. Actually, wait, hold on. Do I know who Qin is? Have I seen this girl before? Let me do a Google for it. Qin. Qin One Piece. Is this porn, Stinky? Are you fucking with me? Are you talking about Kuina? Oh, because that's not, that ain't okay. Hold on. Who the fuck is Qin? Now I'm actually really curious who that is, because I feel like... I'm just going to assume you mean Kuina, because that's the only thing that's coming up when I look it up. And I don't want to look up pictures of an underage girl, even if it is in a fucking cartoon. Anyway, yeah. Okay. People keep saying that building... Okay, yeah, I read that one. Art and design of this island is absolutely theme parkish. Yep. Adam Punk is 50s futurism. Yeah. So, like, the Jets... Literally the Jetsons, which is hella based. I love that aesthetic. I'm down for it. God, I should read, like, some fucking fiction or, like, a graphic novel from this. Or, like, watch, like, a... This is making me... Like, after this stream is done, I'm probably gonna go watch, like, an old anime. Like an 80s anime or something. Like, I'm gonna try to find something that has this aesthetic, you know? Because there are stuff out there. Like, I recently watched, what's it called? Oh, God, what am I thinking of? I recently watched Angel's Egg, which is a little bit, like, more... That's probably, like, more like 80s futurism. But, you know, there's some good shit out there, I'm sure. Anyway. And the House of Tomorrow. Yeah, literally the Jetsons, good call. And the House of Tomorrow. The callback being Bonnie saying, I saw Sabo. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, at least she thought it. Because, like, Robin also saw Sabo over the time skip, but she didn't even fucking think that shit. We didn't get a thought bubble or nothing, you know? So, I assume, like, the fact that Oda brought attention to it means that it will come up, maybe, like, at the very end of the arc. Like, similar to how at the end of, what's it called? Thriller Bark, we get that scene with, oh shit, where Luffy takes out his Fever card for Ace, and Lola's like, oh shit, that Fever card ain't looking so good, bro. You probably want to check up on your bro and make sure he's doing all right. So maybe it'll be a similar type of thing where she'll forget until the events of the arc are wrapped up, and then she'll be like, oh yeah, Sabo might be in trouble. You might want to talk to that boy. But anyway, we'll see. The callback being Bonnie, Trekking thinks we... Trekking? I assume that's teching, but it's kind of funny that you wrote Trekking, because this is very Star Trek in theme, at least. Trekking thinks we might see something like from like all the punk aesthetics in this arc. Yeah, honestly, like, it's funny because I just watched that Cyberpunk Edgerunner show, and I'm already kind of in like sort of like a cyberpunk mood. So I like that this is what Adam Punk. Like, Adam Punk is it feels more One Piece. It feels like Adam Punk is a more like optimistic future as opposed to like Cyberpunk, which is like a more pessimistic future. You know what I'm saying? At least the ways I've seen it depicted, at the very least. Qin sounds like a Ligma. Yeah, it does. Doesn't know Qin. Oh, man. Qin was the lady Frankie kissed, moron. Oh, the big fat lady in Dressrosa. Yeah, Qin is, honestly, respect. Respect for Frankie for planting one on that hot bitch. Peak retrofuturism. My phone loves turning teching into trekking all the time. How often are you writing teching out, though? That's fair. I haven't watched teching in years, so I wouldn't know what he thinks. Oh crap, did we die earlier and not notice? There's no way we're ghosts. I've never seen one before, but this parfait must be a hologram. What the hell is that? This ticks me off. Luffy frickin' going Super Saiyan over here. It's a 3D image made of light. You see him in comics and science fiction stuff. Oh, hell yeah, she's a science fiction nerd? She's just like me, for real. It's just an image. Okay, so Luffy's angry. It's just an image. Oh, the space monster. That's why I went right through it. The giant robot must be one too. No one can make something like that. You know, I'm kind of surprised that it's not real, because you'd think Vegapunk could make something like that real, but who knows? Hey, what's this? All these buttons and pictures of food on them. Give up already. Everything on this island's a sham. That reminds me, weren't the seas around this island freezing? You'd expect this place to have a similar climate, but... Oh my god, what the fuck is this fucking Chucky abomination that we got here? Jesus Christ. Alright. Actually, this is a winter island, but the environment is set to tropical mode in here. So maybe there's like a big dome around the island, you know? Or like a big like climate dome of some sort. So I actually kind of like this girl's design. You know, she's got the half white, half black hair, kind of like Uta from that movie that I didn't watch, the film Red. But I like that she's got kind of like these like sheep ears, you know? That's kind of cute. And I do actually like that she's kind of got like an Astro Boy vibe to her. Astro Girl. I like this girl's design. She's also a punk. She's got punk number something on her, so we'll find out soon enough. With my island aircon invention, you can specify the regulation. The temperature of an area right down to the soil. This one's as big as Kaido. Oh shit. So that's Luffy saying that. This one's as big as Kaido. You're a hollow thing too, right? Take this, Gwa. So she punches Luffy really hard. He says, I'm sorry. Jesus Christ, she fucked up Luffy with one. She basically fucking like one-hit KO'd Luffy. God damn. Clonk. Drop. And it drops out a fucking burger for Luffy to eat. Vega Cola. Oh, this is awesome. You see, this is what I've always... Like, this is like real fast food, where you just like hit a button and it drops a fucking like, you know, burger, fries, and a drink onto your plate like nothing. That's fucking base. This is awesome. This is really good. I'm liking the humor. I'm liking the exploring of the techno island, of the fucking Atom Punk island. Very cool shit. Very cool shit. Oof. Or pshoo. Squish, drop, clunk. Shish. Fills the cola. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Huh? A hamburger meal and a drink came out? Who made it? You can touch it? It's real? So good! Press the next one. Press the next one. So now they're just going to get a bunch of free food. Steak, omurice, tonkatsu, cotton candy, cake, ramen, fried chicken, hot dogs. Well, at least you appreciate my work. That's the unmanned cooking device. It can turn raw ingredients into one of 500 unique dishes in under a minute. That's fucking awesome. See, that's like something that like we should have invented. Like I'm pretty sure that happens in both Cyberpunk and like Cyberpunk, like the game 2077, and probably the tabletop game as well, even though you wouldn't know. But I'm pretty sure that also happens in this happens in like another like Cyberpunk thing. Like I feel like this is something that also happens in what's it called? The original shit with Harrison Ford. You guys know what I'm talking about? Blade Runners. I feel like that's also something that happens there too. Or in like some other like show with like a similar vibe, similar environment. That's really cool. It can turn raw ingredients into one of 500 unique dishes in under a minute. Why haven't we created this in the real world yet? Like, this is what I want to know. Pizza, pasta. The make do with what you've got mode is the best. But I can't be too happy since a lack of competent engineers means that this bucket of bolts can't be mass produced. Is following the blueprints that damn hard? So clearly this Vegapunk, or this punk, is pissed off that this device cannot be reproduced when it seems like it should be. And I'm pissed off as well that we can't make that shit a reality, because I want that. That's real fast food right there. It really pissed me off! Yow! The island aircon is in the same damn boat. Its sensors can monitor living creatures. And it could tame the weather if we just had a bit more money. Interesting. So this would actually be able to tame... So the lack of money, the lack of like capital is what's keeping them from being able to like mass produce these things that would make everyone in the world's lives easier. Very interesting and very topical as well. That's kind of neat. There are endless ideas, but not enough resources. She punched a hologram. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was like, this is the fucking... I was like, is this Kaido? No, it's the banana gator that we saw a minute ago. Waffles, fried shrimp. So these guys still, I haven't even noticed that they're not paying attention to her at all. All right, let's read some comments before I keep going. Let's see what's going on. Afterlife arc confirmed? Let's hope so. I want to see our boys in purgatory. Oda wants to draw Gear 5 so bad, says Weird Bro. Stinky, it's coming, bros. The moment with him on the beach last chapter saying that when he is free and now when he is mad. Yeah, it looks a lot like Gear 5 for sure. It's what Oda stole Uta's design from. Yeah, a much better design. This girl looks really cool. Like, I like her fucking, like, weird, like, goat vibe, and, like, how she's, like, a little girl, but, like, a big girl at the same time. She is Astro Boy plus Mega Man plus, but giant and angry. And also a weird, like, sheep creature at the same time. This is a way better design than Uta. Let's just put it out on Front Street. Back to the Future. I think you're right, Molotov Bartender. I think it was Back to the Future. And Stinky corroborates this. So yeah, 100%. Looks to be the case. Like, the real world lack of money holds us back. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's a real thing. Now, in real life, it's Roroi. It's Roroi that holds us back. Tons of great ideas that are profitable that just don't get done because you can't make more money doing anything else. Because you can make more money doing anything else. Yeah, that's a good point, Molotov. I agree with you. It is just like that opportunity cost type of thing. You're 100% on that. Okay. Okay, so we got another punk. Of course, my photonic gloves make it possible to physically interact with light. Oh, hell yeah, that's interesting. God, it's a bit... So, we're getting into a bit of, like, punk hazardness, and that there's just, like, this is still really fun and lighthearted, unlike, like, the back half of Punk Hazard. But we are getting to the point where, like, I'm kind of feeling, like, a little overloaded with information. There's just a lot that's happening, like, really quickly, and I kind of want it to just, like, take its time a little bit more. But that's okay. I'm hoping that once we get the principal characters introduced and the principal concepts introduced, we'll be able to slow down a bit and just kind of enjoy things. But who knows? We'll see. Of course, my photonic gloves, yeah. Hi, perception shapes your sense of reality, but touching a projected object turns that on its head, doesn't it? So they do a high five even though she's a hologram. So that girl isn't real? Oh god, he's eating I'm fucking so hungry, dude. I haven't had dinner yet. Oh my god, this is going to be a long stream. Debates on what makes something real are as old as time. It's something you'll have to decide for yourselves, but I consider the matter settled. So, just what are... Okay, so even Jinbei is getting into the food. That's great. Just what are you? Me? Just your resident scientific genius for hire, Dr. Vegapunk. Aw, so number 6. I love that. I like her design a lot. She looks really cool. Little Astro Boy girl. / Mega Man girl with the goat ears. Very cute. What? What the hell? That's a total lie. You're Vegapunk? I've heard that name, so these guys are fucking freaking out. They got the meat and the hot dogs falling out of their mouths. Kobe told me all about you. So getting back to Kobe. Alright, so we're cutting away. New world. So, what now? Oh shit, we got CP9. So we got fucking my boy Kaku with his fucking ugly ass chopper hat for some reason. We got my girl Stussy, aka Pussy, looking good as usual. Always the cutest girl on the scene with her 1920s flapper girl. She's another one of my favorite One Piece girls for sure. In terms of just like Big Mom being the top, of course. Followed closely by Sander Sonia. Anyway, but his genius... Okay, so just keep listening, Lucci. Vegapunk is technically still a single individual, but his genius is second only to his busyness? Okay. When there's not enough time, you say you're as busy as a beaver, right? And then Lucci over here with this fucking really gross beard that he grew over the time skip that has like a fucking string hanging off of it. Look, my beard game isn't the strongest, but Lucci's beard game is fucking trash, homie. Like, it's so bad. Well, imagine if there were more than one beaver. Oh man, my dude's talking about beavers right next to Stussy? My dude angling for some hot Stussy over here. That's what I'm talking about, Lucci. My man. Or maybe this is Kaku, I don't know. Kaku, aka literally C-O-C-K-oo. I mean, if that nose is any indication of how well endowed my boy is, I think we're in for a good time with these two. You see, this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is the Dojin we've been needing. It's Stussy X Kaku. Let's get that shit going, my man. Dojin writers, get on your shit. Stop with your fucking generic-ass bullshit. I'm telling you. Well, imagine, if there were more than one beaver, That was his grand idea, to split up into 6 people. Oh, okay. So this is literally a 6 Paths of Pain. Oda copying Kubo once again. He did it in Wano with the ninja. Now he's doing it here. Of course. Of course. Oda being a hack once again. Honestly, I'm fine with this. This is cool. I'm down for Vegapunk splitting, being so smart, being so giga-brained that he had to split his fucking personality and his fucking interest into 6 people just to stay focused, because he was probably so ADHD before he did that he couldn't get anything done. Believe me, Vegapunk, I understand. I understand. There is just not enough fucking time in the day to do all of the cool shit that I want to do and work a 9 to 5. I get it. I get it, bro. I get it. I understand. I understand. I'm just saying. Very relatable. Vegapunk is already the best character in One Piece. The most relatable character in One Piece. I feel you. I wish I could split myself into like 6 different people as well, because then I would be able to get everything done. I would be the best at everything instead of mediocre at everything. Anyway, because I just don't have enough time in the day to do everything I want to do. All right, let me read some comments here. Real life rate of return on investment. ROI. Oh, yeah. The thing is, you said ROI. That's what made me confused. But yeah, I know what ROI is. I went to business school, buddy. I know this shit. Anyway, people think those gloves could be used against Kizaru. Oh, yeah, maybe. I mean, you could just use hockey against Kizaru, so it doesn't really make a difference either way. But whatever, not a big deal. We do technically have hologram technology. It's just too impractical. I mean, hey, they did the fucking hologram of... what was it, Tupac? The Tupac hologram? So, yeah, man, we got hologram technology. Of course. Fries and pizza is a base combination. Bro, I think I might, like, literally order a pizza, like, after the stream is over. I'm so hungry, dude. I'm so hungry. And there's an awesome pizza place nearby. Even though, like, I have, like, steak and sushi in my fridge right now. So, I haven't eaten dinner. I'm so fucking hungry right now. This chapter is not doing me any favors. Hacked a moment. The dress says 6, but it's supposed to say 5. That is a hacked a moment, Weird Bros. Thank you for pointing it out. We need people. We need more people like you in the world to point out Oda's many mistakes. Oda's Twitter even said it was a fuck up. Yeah, he'll probably fix it in the volumes. Not a big deal. Stussy is sussy, says Stinky. Yes, Sussy is sussy and her pussy is stinky. 100% agree with you on that. Viz makes Kaku's dialogue better. Giraffe cock? Dude, yeah. Fucking... Honestly, I've never even, like, seen, like, you know, most people, I've had the displeasure / pleasure of seeing horse cock before, but giraffe cock? Jesus Christ. I can't even imagine, bro. Is it, like, just 3 times the size of a horse cock? I have no idea. I don't even want to think about it. It intimidates me to my core. Makes me feel like a smaller man. It's pretty clunky in TCB, says Weird Bros. Fair. Conquerors hockey. Good one, Stinky. Good one. Naruto is Kishimoto, not Kubo. Yeah, you're right. I've been watching the new Bleach anime and I'm getting my mangaka mixed up. Pardon my flop there. Cringe IRL on stream. Yeah, literally me cringing IRL on stream, yeah. You New Yorkers and your pizza, SMH. Where do you live, but I mean, no, you don't have to tell me that. I feel weird even asking that. I volunteer that information. But yeah, man, there's like a dope-ass pizza place like a few blocks away. I might just like run over there and get a pizza after this. It's open till like 2 a.m. too, so I'm genuinely like considering that. Even though I have food here, I don't need to do that, but whatever. Viz versus TCB 01 logic. TCB versus 01 good... Wait, what? Weird Bros, what is this? Viz versus TCB 01 logic. TCB versus 01 good. Viz 02 same 03 flare. TCB... What am I supposed to make of this, my dude? Greed, Viz. Okay. I'm not reading that, Weird Bros. I can't make sense of this. This feels like a Socratic logic sentence, and I was never very good at Socratic logic, to be fair. I always thought I was a logical person, and then I took Socratic logic, and it fucked my brain over and made me extremely confused, so I'm not even going to try. You go to the zoo, and you see the rhino's 40-inch cock. Bro. The rhinos are always, like, laying down sleeping, though, so you never get to see their cock, which is disappointing. Chad Kubo on the brain. Yeah, Kubo is invading my brain, as usual. Viz's translation versus TCB's translation. I got that. I had a hard time understanding. It's the names of the Vegapunks. Oh, interesting. Okay, I haven't even read this yet, so I'm going to read it now. In other words, all 6 of these satellites are also Dr. Vegapunk. Oh, so you were correcting. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Weird Bros. I appreciate it. Now I understand what you were doing. My bad. Okay, so Punko 1 is logic. So that matches up. And TCB, logic versus good. Okay, so interesting. So Viz is good. Punko 2 is evil, Lilith. So that's why she's trying to rob them. That's the same in Viz. Okay. Punko 3 is Flare. And in Viz, it's Thinker. That's weird. Okay. Punko 4 is Wisdom. And in Viz, it's the same. Okay. Punko 5 is Wrath. And in Viz, it's Violence. Punko 6 is Desire. Okay, Weird Bros, thank you. I really appreciate you doing all that. The editorial shit is very, very much appreciated. Thank you. Punko 6 is Desire, and Viz is Greed. Huh. Those are some pretty big differences. So definitely TCB kind of fucked up this week, huh? Definitely seems so. In other words, all 6 of these satellites are also Dr. Vegapunk, and there's also like a central Dr. Vegapunk that kind of... So it literally is the 6 paths of pain. That's crazy. This really is Oda committing fucking plagiarism on Kishimoto. That's crazy. And, okay. And I'm the weird one for thinking that sounds impossible. Geniuses are such a pain. Shut the fuck up, Rob Lucci, piece of shit. Oh, fuck. Kuma's with them. Or a pacifista, at least, is with them. In short, our assignment is to return this problem child back to Egghead, while taking care not to damage any of the lab's precious ass. Oh, shit! So Lucci is on his way to Egghead, dude. And so is Kaku. And so is Stussy. So are we gonna get like a fucking rematch with Lucci and Luffy and Kaku and Zoro? That'd be fucking interesting. I mean, I imagine Luffy and Zoro will body these bitches like immediately, but Stussy is a cool ass bitch, a bad bitch. You know, I imagine she can fuck shit up, but we'll see. But this must be a this okay? So it has the black wings, which is also something that that's like what all, and it looks like kind of younger than like the grown Kuma that we know. So I wonder, this seems like it might be the Seraphim version of Kuma. And maybe they borrowed it to do some shit. Who knows? And it looks like, so it's not the Kuma that we know, which is now in the hands of the revolutionaries. It's Seraphim Kuma. Okay, cool. Interesting stuff. So we're meant to kill the single most useful man in the world. What? I wonder if this has something to do with the recent Lulusha incident. So wait, they're going to kill Vegapunk? Someone with instincts like yours should know better than to question these things. Agreed. Don't get us in any hot water, Lucci. A calculated plan. Well, shit. Holy fuck. They're going... Oh, and there's a fucking notes? Each of Vegapunk's satellites are written with a character for the specific trait, but are pronounced differently. Their origins are unclear, so these are our best guesses. Evil, Lilith, the name of a fictional second dark moon of Earth. Interesting. Okay, Wrath. The Titan condemned to hold up the heavens for eternity with his mighty strength. Wait, so Atlas. Okay. Why did they translate that to Wrath? That's weird. Desire. York. In ancient Mesopotamia. So wait, if it's York, does that mean it's Captain Yorkie from the fucking the Brook Pirates or whatever? That'd be interesting. if it's like Yorkie's body has been repurposed as like a Vegapunk, that would be super interesting because this could actually lead to like, that would make sense for why Lilith looks kind of like some people were pointing out that Lilith looked kind of like Sanji's mom, so maybe it literally is Sanji's mom's body has been converted into, I mean, Sanji didn't react. Sanji was literally horning out, so it probably isn't related to Sanji in any way. But it's possible that, like, Sora could be one of those bodies, and it's possible that, like, if they are, like, previous hosts that have been, like, converted into Vegapunk clones, similar to, like, the Paths of Pain being previous shinobi that, like, Jiraiya knew, that were converted into, like, literal, parts of pain, like, kind of corpses that have become, like, sort of, like, a part of that technology and are controlled by the central hosts, but each have their own kind of like designated power towards them or designated skill set. That'd be really interesting. I could actually see that being kind of cool. And like if Desire is York or Captain Yorkie, that would be crazy. That would give like Brook like that would actually like give like Brook emotional stakes in the game. That would be interesting. Flair Creativity, which is Edison, interesting. So we got, E equals MC squared over here. A notable inventor and creator of the crater on the moon. Wisdom Knowledge, Pythagoras, a Greek mathematician. Oh yeah, I've heard of Pythagoras, I believe. An astronomer as well as another crater on the moon. Interesting. Logic, Justice, Correctness, Shaka, a Saint Seiya character. Okay, so that's what this is. Virgo Shaka. Associated with the Virgo constellation. Stella, written as main true body. Interesting. So Stella is the main one. The one at the center, Dr. Vegapunk. So we got Yoke, Atlas, Pythagoras, Edison, Lilith, and Shaka. Interesting. Okay. And then Stella, which is not among them. Stella is the one at the top. Presumably. Very cool. Very interesting. And we got some color pages. Yeah, this is an interesting chapter. I'm going to be honest, guys. I want to get into the next one basically immediately. But I think I am going to run and just grab some water and like maybe another drink before I continue. Let me just read all the comments before I take a quick break. It's only going to be like, it'll be like, just a few minutes. Not going to be very long. So, feel free to hang tight. And we'll do chapter 1063 after that. But let me just get through all the comments first. Whatever, Weird Bros is your CIA agent. Okay, hold on. Let me go back a little bit. Weird Bros is your CIA agent? Yes, indeed. Whatever you do, just skip over it. Yeah, Weird Bros is like my CP9 or like my CP0. Thank you, Weird Bros. Like I said, we'll be modding you later. You've earned it. Whatever you do, just skip over the translators page at the end. It's just gibberish. That's fair. I'm sorry. That's meant to be a seraphim. Seraphim, yeah. Hacked a moment again. He forgot to make... Wait. Did I miss it? Did I miss it? No. Hacked a moment again. He forgot to make Kuma's hair white. Yeah, that is kind of hackta. I wonder if that was intentional or not. It seems hackta, though. Friday nights at Kuma's. Friday Night Kumin. Here we go. 5. And it's unclear if the main Vegapunk is one of the 6 or separate. It seems based on this page specifically, and the fact that Stella isn't one of these, it seems like it's separate. Like, I think that can be inferred. It's like a teen, early 20s Kuma. Yeah. I'd read the notes for TCB this week. LOL, he's reading the notes. I'm sorry, Stinky. Or I'm sorry, Weird. Who was the one who told me not to read the notes? Molotov? Sorry, buddy. My bad. I didn't see your comment. Sorry about that. Should have waited a second. It looks like all the Vegapunk names have ties to the moon and space. Yeah, it's interesting. This is a cool chapter, man. I feel like this was actually a perfect chapter for me to skip last week because I feel like it rolls right into the next one. So like I said, guys, I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to grab some water, another drink, and we'll continue on to chapter 1063 in just a sec. So hold tight. We'll be right back.